March 3rd. Let's take a look at this trade that I took this morning shortly after market open. I've got S&P futures on the left, NASDAQ futures on the right, and I want to draw your attention to the 1 hour fair value gap that was tested right after 8 a.m. So you can see here I'm on the 1 hour chart. Price pushes up into this bearish level of dynamic resistance right at around 7:15, and then at 8 a.m. we see this bearish move start to print towards the external range liquidity down here, and this is on both markets. Okay, there was no news this morning, and the only thing that I was really focused on was looking to see if price would reverse after reaching the external range liquidity of this internal to external setup here. And I'm referring to price going into this 1 hour imbalance and then exiting beyond this swing low down here. All right. Normally, price likes to reach these levels around market open or shortly after market open. And that's exactly what happened today. The risk with the move is that you don't truly know if price will reverse after taking out this low. Sometimes it can continue, right? It can continue just going lower and lower and lower after hitting external range liquidity. But for me, it's not my job to know whether price is going to reverse from here or not. My job is to execute my plan when it presents itself. If I see my entry criteria, I try not to think too much into it, and I just try to take the setup. So I'm going to go forward. I'm going to show you how price took out this area and where the reversal came in at. So we'll take a look at the next candle. All right, during the 9 o'clock candle on the 1 hour, which is also market open on the 15-minute, you can see that price does hit external range liquidity on the S&P, but take a look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ is nowhere near the external range liquidity level down here. Instead, it's moving back into the 1 hour imbalance. Okay, so I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, here on the 15-minute, you can see there's that area that price took out, and you can see here how far away we are on NASDAQ, right? So here is that same swing low down here. NASDAQ's price action is all the way up here. Okay, so my attention is on S&P. I want to trade the market that has taken out the liquidity pool. So at this time, I'm on the 5-minute waiting for my entry criteria. Now, my entry criteria for this move would be a bullish engulfing pattern. Okay, so I want to see a bullish engulfing pattern print, and then I'll look for an entry. So as you can see, the level was taken out at 9:55, and I'm just going to go forward in time until we see that bullish engulfing. So take a look at what happens. Okay, so we get this small bullish candle here as if price wants to start pushing higher, but we don't get a bullish engulfing yet. So I'll keep going. Okay, and as you can see here at 10:15, we push even lower, and you can see what that looks like over here on NASDAQ on the right. We start going towards that external range liquidity. And now you can see how price is really starting to flush below that 1 hour level, really giving the illusion that sellers are in control and that the market wants to continue going lower. But if you look at it on the right, it looks like price just wants to seek liquidity underneath that 1 hour level on NASDAQ. In another candle, you can see that NASDAQ does finally hit its external range liquidity. But over here on the left, it just looks like this is a continuation of the move going lower on S&P. I still wasn't truly convinced, so I was still waiting for a bullish engulfing to print here. And as you can see right here at 10:30, you couldn't really get any better than this as far as time. Take a look at what it looks like on NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we took out the level at 10:25. Then we get a bullish engulfing on the very next candle at 10:30. Over here on S&P, even though we flowed a little lower beyond the level, we'd still got our bullish engulfing at 10:30. So I'm going to mark this out, right? That's my engulfing pattern. And the way I got into this trade was this inversion fair value gap between 10:15 and 10:25 right here. And I placed my buy limit right on that level, and my stop went right below the swing low here from 10:25. From there, I targeted 3R and I waited for the entry, which I believe was on the next candle. There's the entry. And from here, I did have to wait a little bit for the target to be hit on the broker side. My exit on the broker side was a little bit higher above this high from 9:45. That's where it was on Trade Locker. But fortunately, I was able to get out. Now, I want to show you the drawdown here. Just going to drop down to the 1 minute, and I will show you the drawdown that I went through here. Okay, so we did come back to that inversion fair value gap, and we came back at 10:44 and 10:49. After dipping a little lower, price held, and we begin pushing to the target. And so I was able to get out of this trade at full profit. And I do believe that the market will eventually work up to the London session high. And I actually haven't checked to see. Okay, so we're still just below London session high, but I do believe that we'll eventually get there. I am out of the market for the rest of the day. But yeah, that was my trade from this morning. And I will put the recording up now.
Killer.